It's January 28th. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Ferdman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have got a packed 2 hours for you right here on ARC Rochester. We are talking about breakthroughs in veterinary care. We're going to be learning more about some of the groundbreaking advances being made across all parts of the animal kingdom, from dogs to pandas to kangaroos.
Yep, and then later on we'll be getting some tips for National Plan Your Vacation Day. Our travel expert will join us with some advice on where you should be looking to book your next trip.
We like that, but we gotta start things out this morning with the forecast because we're seeing some windy conditions out there. We saw some snow overnight. We've got blowing and drifting snow as we make our way through the morning. Meteorologist Marty Snyder sitting by for us this morning. Marty, how long is this gonna last?
Well, as far as the actual
Winter?
snow, winter. A little longer, I think most of us probably would like. Good answer. But yeah, today's going to be a story when we're going to see at least most of the snow really move out of the picture pretty rapidly. So for many areas, the snow's done. It's just a story that even though it's not going to be actively snowing for most of the day, it's going to be that snow that's going to be moving around in some areas on the ground. Wind won't be quite as strong as what we did experience yesterday, but still enough to at least move that snow around a little bit. Temperatures today pretty much centered in the 20s for a lot of the day. It's a story where a couple places are sliding back into the teens now for the short term, but longer term are going to hold in the 20s. Then much longer term, we'll see temperatures come up a little bit tomorrow, likely breaking the freezing point maybe by a couple degrees tomorrow, 30 as we head into Thursday, and we kind of move around a lot by the end of the week. Good news, up to about 37 on Friday. So again, not warm, but at least above freezing a little more as we head towards the last day of the work week.
You know what's kind of funny when we're in conditions like this, what we saw last week, the thick of winter, when we see 37 degrees on there, we're thinking to ourselves, oh my gosh, nearly 40 on that day.
Yeah, when you look at where we were last week at this time, it was like 8 degrees. It's going to be toasty in comparison.
Double-digit below wind chills and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that always kind of fascinates me, just a perception of that number. You throw 37 on a chart this time of year, it's like, oh yeah, it's going to be warm. But then, you put that on there for the first time in the fall, and everyone's like, oh, are we going to have frost?
People will be in shorts. Well, people are already wearing shorts, but people will definitely be in shorts.
Well, you will be, Dan. We know that.
Oh, you know
the jorts
it.
out, right?
You know it, my friend.
All right, thanks, Marty. We appreciate it.
Sure.
We'll get to time saver traffic now at 8:03, pulling up some of your major roadways and their corresponding drive times. Right now, we're seeing some delays out there, and that is because of the snow that is blowing out there. At last check, which was about 5 minutes ago, no motor vehicle accidents to report, which is good news. But if you are headed out the door, looks like we've got some slush out there.
We sure do. 390 at Brooks Avenue. Things are moving along. You can see that sunrise off in the distance. 490 at Mount Reed and 590 at Browncroft. Those stretches of roadway looking pretty decent at this hour. Just be mindful as you make your way for the front door. If you have somewhere to be bright and early today, give yourself that extra time.
All right, let's get to our poll of the day this morning. We mentioned just a couple minutes ago we're looking ahead to warmer days. The official start to get away yet. Daniel, would you like to give the options?
Yes, this is a good question. So your options are, it's all booked. You are still deciding where you want to go. You're finalizing those dates. It's nearly set, or you're staying home and laying low. Maybe a bit of a staycation.
Yeah.
Here's how the game works. Scan that QR code with your smartphone. It'll take you over to our X social media page. You can weigh in on this poll, comment below the poll, repost the poll, and we will review all of those answers coming up for you at the end of the 9 o'clock hour.
But we're going to switch gears right now and bring you some of the latest headlines right off the top this morning.
Yeah, we're going to start with that massive economic news out of China that sent stocks tumbling yesterday in the U.S.
Yeah, the losses come after a Chinese artificial intelligence company announced a new AI tool called DeepSeek. Analysts say it has the ability of similar AI models like ChatGPT, but it's much cheaper to operate.
Yeah, DeepSeek officials say they spent under $6 million to train the new model, while other companies have spent hundreds of millions of dollars.
DeepSeek's announcement causing huge losses on Wall Street. Chipmaker Nvidia lost nearly $6 billion of value, the biggest single-day drop for any company in U.S. history.
A lot of people looking at their 401k yesterday. Meantime, the Nasdaq plunged by 3.1% and the S&P 500 fell nearly 1.5%.
Essentially, those who thought that spending would be much more robust in this space at higher prices for companies like Nvidia or Broadcom are now concerned that, well, maybe some of those profits and some of that spending is put at risk.
Now, DeepSeek's system possibly marks a turning point in the level of investment needed for AI.
So far, users are seemingly wowed by the app, while investors are hoping for a better day on Wall Street today when stocks open in about an hour and a half.
This is very interesting because we know that the White House recently announced a $500 million investment into AI. We saw that announcement late last week where alongside President Trump, you had some of the biggest names in AI. Of course, ChatGPT, OpenAI, was there at that news conference. Devastating news, though, for people who had money in the market in NVIDIA.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see the differences between this and other chatbots and types of artificial intelligence. You know, we don't know too much about it right now, but it'll be interesting to see the comparison, especially when it comes to the finances behind all of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, we got to move along here. Tax season officially underway, and there are some things you need to know before you file your 2024 returns.
Yeah, absolutely. The filing deadline is going to be April 15th, but you can ask for an extension for filing as long as you do so by that date. The IRS free filing system is now available in 25 states, including right here in New York.
And that's good news. Now, if you get paid for your business on apps like Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, be on the lookout for a 1099-K form. The IRS says if your combined transactions exceed $5,000 for the year, you do need to report it on your 2024 returns. Experts also say to make sure your forms are in order when you file.
Employers and other payers report to us what they report to taxpayers. And one of the first steps in processing a return is matching up those numbers. If you mistakenly leave out any income, your return will get flagged and your refund will be delayed. So if you're trying to hurry and save a couple of weeks now by just rushing to get it done, it may cost you a couple of months on the back end before you get your refund.
Refunds are typically issued by the IRS within 21 days of your return being accepted. Don't forget tax day, Tuesday, April 15th.
And coming up in our 9 o'clock hour, we're going to be joined by Jim Schnell from MMB+CO to talk more about what you need to know before you file. I do like that soundbite, though, that we ran that says, don't act too fast, do it smartly.
Yeah.
Be wise about the whole process, because the last thing you want is to realize after you've filed that you need to make an amendment to that filing, because that whole process, been down that road a couple of times, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, so my dad actually used to own a tax business, and he ended up selling it when they moved to Nashville, but the woman that he sold the business to just reached out to us the other day and was like, hey, it's tax time, and I knew it was coming, but I was like, wow, we're back here again already.
Very quickly, it comes around. IRS comes a knocking and says, give us our money.
Yep.
I know.
All right, time right now is 8:09. We still have a lot to get to here on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're going to check in with Chris Lopez, who is finding the perfect Valentine's Day offering.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live. Well, this Tuesday, Valentine's Day, just a few weeks out, and preparations are underway at many artisan chocolate shops.
Yeah, here in Rochester, there's one chocolate shop that thinks outside the box when crafting their selection. Chris Lopez live this morning at Hedonist Artisan Chocolates. He's getting a behind-the-scenes look at how it all happens. And Chris, when we checked in with you last, you were doing little salted caramel squares of deliciousness. What are you up to now?
Yeah, I was trying. I apparently did solid on that last segment. She could be lying. She may not be lying. I'll ask a little bit later. We're going to get into some chocolate strawberries in a bit, but I do want to go over, speaking of boxes, what's going on in the Valentine's Day boxes. I have Jennifer Posey here. She's owner of Hedonist Chocolate, and this is one of your big sellers, especially on Valentine's Day. Of course, we got the heart-shaped box, but what is inside the box?
Oh, there's all kinds of lovely things inside here. We focus a lot on our caramels and our peanut butter, which is, you know, a crowd pleaser, a big hit. We have different traditional truffles, bittersweet wine, lavender, raspberry, and we have some nut pistachio, some milk chocolate, some almonds, some passion fruit. So we have a whole bunch of different things that comes in this lovely box. Woo. So
when it comes to people coming in here, you guys are a specialty chocolate shop, but you say a lot of people still gravitate towards the hits, essentially. They want you to play the hits.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much true throughout the year, regardless of Valentine's
Absolutely,
Day?
and I don't see why they wouldn't. Our salted caramels are the best. And we have a nice little box of the Artisan Collection, full cart this year. And you can't go wrong. So people want that, and they want to buy that. I want that. When I go home for my Valentine's, I want to eat dark chocolate salted caramels.
I asked this already, but I want our audience to know, how much do you eat chocolate nowadays?
I have to taste it while I'm working, but
Okay.
you know, I'm not constantly.
No, you're not going through these shelves at all. Head back here to the strawberries, the dried strawberries. I've never had these before. You said jelly consistency. is what
Yeah,
I'm
it tastes
gonna
like
taste.
it's like.
Oh, the small one.
Yeah. Well, you gonna eat one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think? It tastes totally different with dipped in chocolate.
That's a class act right there. I love that. That's good stuff. I thought it was going to be a little more jelly. That's candy-ish almost. I like that.
It's our answer to chocolate dipped strawberries. You know, we don't want to use this kind of chocolate that you dip strawberries in because it's oil-based,
Okay.
and we want to use our real fine chocolate in with chocolate dipped strawberries. So we've come up with this. The packaging looks like this. It's so cute.
Is that one of your heavy sellers too?
Yeah, well, this is our second year having it, so it's kind of new to the public. And I suggest people come and try it. We've had it throughout the year just in the store, and we keep selling out.
I'm going to try my hand at this here.
Okay, you want me to hold this? You can do it.
You said by the stem, or what would be the stem, and then...
Don't drop it. You got to dip it with your hand.
dip it in this.
Yeah, hold it with your hand. Get it down, yeah. Halfway, you want to dip it halfway and then pull it out. Don't drop it. All right, there you go. You
And then do I...
Yep, wipe a little bit of it off and lay it down on the parchment.
Bada bing, bada boom right there.
Wow, you did great.
Thank you. Are you... I feel like you're lying to me.
No, I think you would eat that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I
that's
definitely
great.
would.
Good.
Outside the box. Where does that come from?
Well, we try to use our favorite memories of foods we've had in the past to create the things we make for other people to enjoy. So I've had lovely chocolate dipped strawberries before, and this is modeled after that. Oh, good job.
In here.
Little wipe, yeah.
And how often are you trying to change the menu? I know a lot of people love the hits here, but you do have a lot of different stuff here at Hedonist.
Well, we like to keep the hits, our salted caramels, our peanut butter, our classics, and all of our different fun vegan options. But each season, we have a wildflower collection, and we have a tea collection. So we can play around with different flavors that aren't our hits, that are also awesome. This Mother's Day, we'll have the wildflower coming back out, and probably soon after Valentine's Day, we'll have a tea collection coming out. So those are some examples.
You said vegan and gluten-free. How big of your menu kind of shares that, the vegan and gluten-free
Most
side?
everything we make here at Hedonist is gluten-free. We do make our waffle cones, which are insanely good, and we make them fresh right here. So there's gluten in that, and sometimes we'll have ice cream that has like an apple pie in it. But everything else we keep gluten-free. Chocolate, our dark chocolate is vegan. Dark chocolate is vegan, and we do milk chocolate, so we have two. We have a large selection of vegan and gluten-free.
And you have online as well as in-store. Where do you guys ship to?
We ship anywhere in the country.
Okay.
And we're open 11 to 7 and Tuesday through Saturday. And we'll have extended Valentine hours for all the folks that
our last minute Valentine's Day shoppers.
We'll be here for you. Don't worry. Come on in. We'll keep making chocolate until everybody gets their Valentine what they need.
Guys, you said you wanted chocolate. I'm making you guys chocolate. All right? I don't want to hear any complaints. So I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Why would we complain?
I'm putting in the hard work.
Chris.
The intensive labor of love here. Yes.
Ask Jennifer. I'm intrigued. What is it tempering the chocolate that keeps it shiny like that, even once it hardens? Because I've noticed, like, if you look at some cheaper chocolate, it gets like that white haze on it.
Dan, that seems like a complicated question. I'm going to ask her in between the hits, and you know what, my friend?
Huh.
In that 8:30 hit, you will find out.
All right. Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris. Time right now is 8:19. We still have a lot to get to here on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're going behind the story.
We certainly are. We're back after this.
Eight21, welcome back. We're taking you behind the story now, bringing you the latest on some of the top stories that we're following this Tuesday morning.
We certainly are, and we want to start things out with President Trump following through on his campaign promise of mass deportations. Now, since his inauguration, federal officials have confirmed more than 2,600 arrests across the U.S.
Yeah, those enforcement raids are reportedly reaching into Western New York, sparking concern and also raising questions. For more, we go to Stephanie Joseph. She's in the newsroom and has been following
Rochester Malik Evans about those reported raids. He had said that he had heard of ICE's presence, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, their presence in the region over the the weekend. And we are also aware that Rochester is a sanctuary city, so law enforcement in that area is not participating in any sort of enforcement, and they aren't aware of the outcomes of that reported presence.
Steph, where have these raids been taking place? Where are these raids being carried out?
We know that we've heard a lot from major cities, for example, Chicago, New York City, of course, as well.
And Steph, when it comes to the Western New York area, like we said when we were getting ready to toss to you there, where are we getting reports?
So it's not clear where these reports are coming from, but we do know that local leaders, as I said, the city council president, as well as Rochester Mayor Malik Evans, also had weighed in and said basically to be aware of your rights, specifically when it comes to refugees, because there are legal immigration statuses within this area. Let's see what they had to say.
Many of the people who are here, if not all of them, either have status as an asylum seeker or have pending status, meaning that they are going through the process legally.
There is obviously a lot of angst in the community. One of the things that I have been telling our community partners is to make sure that those that work with people who might be refugees or might be incoming immigrants is to ensure that they know their rights, because regardless of the rhetoric that you hear, there are rights that people have.
And I think a lot of the concern specifically within the area about that reported presence is who is exactly being targeted. And one thing that I want to point out is last week, this is something that we were talking about, reporting about very often, is that ICE has been authorized to target courthouses, schools, and churches as well because of a directive that was revoked from the Trump administration that had previously prohibited such actions. But we do know that in response, the Department of Homeland Security had said in a statement that they would use common sense in making arrests.
Has the Trump administration said exactly what the goal of this process is, who exactly they're looking for? Is it strictly anyone who is undocumented?
Yeah, that's basically the primary focus, focusing on undocumented migrants. We know that the border czar as well had spoken yesterday. We heard from him basically saying that there are consequences for being in the country illegally. Another focus has been the criminal side of things. What sort of criminal history? I believe that Trump had spoken yesterday about turning attention towards that as well.
All right. Stephanie.
25 this morning. Stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
Good Tuesday morning, 8:29. Thanks for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We still have a lot to get to coming up on ARC Rochester, but we're going to turn to an interactive expo that's happening in Florida this week.
Yeah, some sunshine in this. The Veterinary Meeting and Expo, or VMX, is a 5-day conference that features groundbreaking advancements for all kinds of animals.
Yeah, this morning we're getting a closer look at some achievements and the exotic animals that will benefit. We're joined now by Jean O'Neill and Dana Varble from the North American Veterinary Community. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Morning.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Well, we're excited to talk about it. So let's get right into it. Breakthroughs in veterinary medicine. That's exciting because we know that for so many people, the pets in their house, it's like part of the family, right?
Absolutely.
They
We know
absolutely
pets are really a huge part of our family, and they're so loved.
So what are some of the things that will be featured at this expo?
So, as you can see, we're sitting on the floor of the expo this morning, waiting for the 30,000 of our closest veterinary professional friends to join us here in a few minutes. But this is the premier event for education for all of the veterinary professionals to keep abreast of all of the technological advancements that you would imagine are out there. We have over 1,300 hours of continuing education for them. We have over 750 exhibitors with their new products and the new services. We have 85 different countries being represented here. So it's important for them to keep up with these advancements because what we want to have is them aware and knowledgeable to keep your pets happy, safe, and healthy for the rest of their lives.
Let me ask, how does the information our veterinarians that they gain at this expo, how do we then get that information to be better animal owners, to know when something might be up with Rex, or to know what sort of advancements in tech there are?
So it's really exciting this year. We're seeing some amazing things come out. I'm really excited about all the things that we can do with DNA these days. So we're doing DNA sequencing on our pets, and those genes are telling us if they might be more susceptible to certain diseases as they age. So we're arthritis or kidney disease, for example. But we're also using DNA right now to tell us about the bacteria and the viruses that cause their infections and how we might better treat those.
That is really remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
When we were taking a look at the press release that you sent out, you said, you know, dogs and cats and your typical household pets, but then you're also focusing on some animals that maybe wouldn't be in the household. Yeah. Bees was on the list, which was a little surprising. Tell us about that.
So yeah, we're really excited about bees this year.
So honeybees, for me, a fascinating story that I didn't realize comes from the honeybee pollination. And it's important because once you introduce honeybees into a hive, like any other animal, they get sick. And they need to be tended to by a veterinarian.
Yeah, actually, veterinarians do have to go to honeybee hives. We have to be there to help prevent diseases and also treat diseases. So our involvement actually in apiculture and in honeybee cultivation is incredibly important.
Let me ask, at this expo, are there actual live animals there, or is it no dogs allowed at this expo? Because I think that would be one of the most exciting parts of being there, is seeing all of these animals in one place.
Absolutely. We do have animals here at the expo. You can't have a veterinary conference and not bring the animals that we love, that fill our hearts, and that keep us inspired to make your pets healthy every year.
Good luck with the expo. Obviously, we're excited to learn more. Out of all of the things that are going to be introduced, what is it that you both are most looking forward to?
So I think we have a really exciting new product gallery, and for me, there's some amazing technologies being featured there. It's bigger than ever, and that means more advances are coming to your pets. I'm excited because we're bringing vaccines with new mRNA technology out not only to veterinarians, but also to you as pet owners. We have a new home incubator that is really made to help pet owners, not just veterinarians. And then, of course, there's a new medication for the cat lovers out there that helps reduce fear, stress, and anxiety when coming to the vet. And that sounds really great for all of us to me.
It does.
I think, AI is important, very important for me. One of the fascinating things that I saw was, pet nutrition is big. It's big business. And there's actually food out there to help cats and dogs help the effects of dementia.
It's like CES for animals. It's really, next year we got to go to Vegas, people, because I think this would be great. Great expo. Hey, thank you both so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. And keep up the great work, because we know you guys work hard to keep Fluffy, in good health.
Yes.
Thank you. We will.
Thanks for having us.
Time right now is 8:35. When we come back, we are once again checking in with Chris Lopez, who's talking about everything sweet as we get ready for Valentine's Day.
Hey, and don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back after this.
Welcome back. Chocolatiers from all over are getting ready for probably their biggest day of the year, getting ready for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and if you're looking to impress that special someone in your life, oh, Abigail, I got you a box of chocolates. Hedonist Artisan Chocolates is a great choice. That's where we find 13 Wham's Chris Lopez for us this morning.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Chris?
I think he's laughing at me.
I heard the toss. Yeah, the toss. That was pretty funny, Dan.
Listen,
that was pretty funny.
I'm being serious, though, my friend.
So you were talking about tempering chocolate.
Yes.
And Jennifer has that answer. I'm going to let her take it away from here. Dan was asking about tempering chocolate, and you had a great example of when it's ready and the process. I'm sorry, I can't think after that one.
Yeah, definitely we temper chocolate here, and there is a difference. If it's untempered, then it has a grayer liney marks. If it is tempered, after it goes through the tempering process, it's nice and shiny and crisp and snappy. So we temper everything. We use these tempering machines to hold the chocolate, but we go through our own hand tempering process to make sure the chocolate's in temper. So sometimes it can take all day to get it to that. It's different if you open a bag of chocolate chips at home and they're gray. That's probably untempered chocolate. And it tastes pretty much the same, but it doesn't look the same.
Ah, okay. To get that nice crispy finish, essentially. There we go. Okay, so this one I'm a little bit nervous of. I don't know why. You said I was going to make a mess. We're going to make these hearts. Hand this off to you.
You're going to be great. So you're going to make chocolate hearts, and you can decide if they're going to be solid or hollow.
Okay.
So
we're going to go hollow hearts.
Okay.
This side here, I'm going to take the ladle here. And
But you want to turn that upside down. That's yeah, there you go. Right side up, I should say.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to fill the hearts. Fill the hearts with chocolate. All right. I would suggest holding the ladle closer to the yeah, okay.
Right here?
Well, that looks fine.
Are you nervous?
A little bit,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay, and then scoop, and I'm going to line this bad boy up.
That's right. All right, try it again. All right.
Here?
Go ahead.
Okay. Boom.
All right. Try to keep the chocolate on the mold and in the bowl.
Look at that.
Right.
How am I doing?
You're doing okay.
Solid? Not bad?
You're doing okay, yeah.
Okay.
You're taking your time, I can see.
Guys, this is really hard. The labor that you have to put in this. You go to chocolatier school? Is that correct?
I did. I went to chocolatier school. And we have our own school here at Hedonist, so all of all of our apprentices are taught by me to do this. So you're basically an apprentice at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably encourage you to go faster.
Faster?
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel.
Now you got to get some more chocolate there. All right.
All right. How? 1 to 10. What are we looking at right here?
I don't know if I can score.
A 1?
Yeah, I know you're doing fine. You're doing fine. This is your first time, and you didn't even watch me do one, so you have no previous experience, or you didn't even see an example. All right, I'm going to take this from you, and then you're going to grab that scraper. Yeah, there you go. Now you want to even it out, back and forth. Yeah, there you go, but keeping the chocolate in the bowl. There you go. Try not to get it all over your hands. And go the other way if you feel like, okay, good. Now sweep it back into the bowl. Nice, you did good. Good, now get the sides, so all that chocolate that's on the sides of the molds go back in the bowl. Nice, good, doing great. All right, now at this point you can decide if you're gonna make a solid heart or a hollow heart.
Okay, I'm going hollow.
All right, then turn it upside down.
Really?
Turn it upside down, yep, go ahead.
Right now?
Yep, over the bowl. Yep, right now. All right, there you go. And you just tap out a little chocolate.
And then what do I do?
Then you turn it right side back up again.
Boom.
All right, and then you want to scrape this clean. Here you go, take this.
I'm gonna scrape this clean.
Yeah, get it right back into the bowl. Not bad, not bad. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to put that on this tray, upside down.
Upside down?
Yep.
Can I set this down?
Yep, you can. All right, turn it. Very good. All right, now we just let that set for a minute, and then we scrape it clean.
Biggest day of the year for you guys. Is it Valentine's Day?
It's all the Saturdays before Christmas, but Valentine's Day is a big one. Valentine's week, it's a sprint. February 1st to the actual 16th, because a lot of people don't celebrate Valentine's till afterwards. So, chocolate as fast as we can.
Do you have an underrated chocolate piece here that people should gravitate to, but they don't?
I
know people play the hits, but is there something you're like, You got to try this, guys.
Well, our strawberries that you made that last segment is new, and it is delicious, and people should try it. Yeah.
They are great. They are great. Not because I made them, just because they're great. The ingredients, not me. Where can someone check out Hedonist?
HedonistChocolates.com and 674 South Avenue, right here in the South Wedge.
Check it out. Stand in line. Even if there is a line, definitely worth it. Back to you guys in studio.
Yeah, it looks good.
It really does.
You did great.
Look at that.
Oh, Chris, she's...
he's done worse on other things.
Okay, this is true. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Good job.
Good work, Chris.
Yeah.
Good work.
Time right now is 8:45. We still have lots to get to coming up on our Rochester, including when we come back, this week's Crime Stoppers.
We are back right after this. .48 this Tuesday morning. It's time now for this week's edition of Crime Stoppers. And this morning we're revisiting winter safety.
Yeah, for more, we're joined now by Lieutenant Allison Laubacher from the Brighton Police Department. Thank you for being here today. We appreciate it. But there are still incidents that happen, so good reminder for everybody out there, right?
Yeah, exactly. And today is quite fitting to be talking about this on a wintry day like it is out there now. And it's just stuff that we're all probably aware of, but like you said, it's just a good reminder for all of us. Make sure when you're out driving in wintry conditions like this, you give yourself enough time to get there. Leave early, drive slowly, drive safely. Make sure there's enough space between your car and the car in front of you, so if you do start sliding, you don't hit the car in front of you. Make sure you're brushing your car off so there's not a bunch of snow on the top or on your hood that's gonna are running to warm it up. Don't leave the keys in it with it unlocked. Unfortunately, we're all aware of the increase in vehicle thefts lately, so we want to try to limit that. And then there's just the regular reminders that are true all of the time, but maybe a little more so in the winter. Leave your windows and doors locked. There's not as much people out and about walking, biking, so it might increase the opportunity for somebody to break in. And then be cognizant of snowbanks in front of your house that might limit visibility as well. And then more so during holiday time, but if you have packages delivered, make sure you get them inside right away or have somebody pick them up for you. You don't want somebody having the opportunity to come onto your porch and steal it.
I want to go back to something you said just a second ago about brushing your vehicle off. We see a lot of drivers out there, especially the hours that we come into work when the snow has just fallen and the cars are totally covered. Are there actual laws on the books that we need to be cleaning off our vehicles as best as possible?
Yeah, so it's not specifically geared towards snow, but there are laws in the vehicle and traffic law as far as obstructed view.
Yeah, really important. And also you mentioned keeping the snowbanks by your house under control. Something that I think a lot of people forget about is making sure that the fire hydrants by their house are clear. That is something that is so important.
Absolutely. And when you talk about fire hydrants, it reminds me also make sure you have like your chimneys clean and your carbon monoxide detectors up and running to prevent a carbon monoxide emergency as well in the winter.
Back to fire hydrants, though. I know that some cities and towns, they actually have fire hydrant adoptions. I know the city of that fire hydrant, and that neighbor is the one responsible for keeping it clean, and it runs on kind of a cycle, so it there's never seems to be issues when that situation is in place. Is that something you have in Brighton?
So that's not something that I'm familiar with in Brighton, but that's a great idea that I would definitely recommend to the fire department.
Yeah, good to help out your neighbors and stick together as a community. When we think about the car break-ins that we've seen lately or the car thefts, have you noticed it happening a lot to the people that are starting their cars to warm them up, or is it kind of scattered?
So I wouldn't necessarily say a lot to those people. It does seem to happen more frequently, especially with the thefts to objects in the vehicle, like the vehicle larcenies. It happens more if your car does have valuables in it and it is unlocked. So it's always a reminder. It's good to remind people, keep your doors locked all the time.
Yeah, if the opportunity's there, someone may take advantage.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Time right now is 8:52. We still have a lot to get to coming up this morning on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We are back on the other side of the break.
morning. I'm Stephanie Joseph. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's your ARC Rochester news break. A nationwide immigration crackdown at the hands of the Trump administration is underway. Since his inauguration, federal authorities are reporting more than 2,600 arrests across the country. Rochester Mayor Malik Evans says he was made aware of ICE agents in the region over the weekend. We have links to resources for those who may be concerned about deportation on 13wham.com. This morning's weather has led to dozens of school closings and delays in our area, including Avon, Byron Bergen, Holly, and Warsaw. We do have a full list for you on our website, 13wham.com. And a cyber attack is raising concerns for thousands of RCSD students. The district says more than 130,000 student records were potentially exposed. A late December cyber attack on PowerSchool, the platform that manages student and staff information, has put sensitive data at risk. Personal details like names, dates of birth, addresses, phone numbers, and even some medical information was compromised. Staff records were also affected. Affected parties will be notified by PowerSchool in the coming weeks. We are still waiting to learn the identities of the two people found dead following a weekend fire in Pittsford. The two-alarm fire broke out Sunday night on Callingham Road. Firefighters found two bodies inside that home. While the medical examiner is investigating the cause of death, officials say the fire is not being considered suspicious. Senator Jeremy Cooney is pushing for new legislation following the death of Rochester native Robert Brooks at Marcy Correctional Facility in Oneida County. Brooks died last month after body-worn camera footage showed him being brutally beaten and restrained by corrections officers. Now Cooney is calling for a law that would allow State Attorney General Tish James to appoint a special investigator in cases involving inmate deaths at the hands of state corrections officers. James recused herself from Brooks's case due to a conflict of interest within her office, appointing Onondaga County DA William Fitzpatrick as special prosecutor. This proposed legislation aims to create more accountability and transparency in these investigations. Happening today, big changes are coming to RIT as the university introduces its next president. The 11th in the school's history, current president David Munson announced he'll be stepping down in June after 8 years of leadership. We will have full coverage of today's announcement, including details on the new president on 13WHAM News at midday and our website, 13wham.com. The Rochester International Jazz Festival has announced 4 new headliners. They are the legendary Smokey Robinson, the Wood Brothers, singer-songwriter Ricky Lee Jones, and multi-genre musician Thundercat. Each will headline a different night at Kodak Hall at Eastman Theater. 28th, tickets for these 4 new shows go on sale this Friday at rochesterjazz.com. Now, for all of these top stories and any updates, be sure to visit 13wham.com. Stick around. ARC Rochester is back right after this.
on January 28th. Thanks for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Dan Tr right here on ARC Rochester. Keeping our pets safe from COVID. We're going to be speaking to veterinarians from VAC Animal Hospitals about a new study and how their findings can ensure your pets stay healthy.
Yep, and then later we'll be going over the results for our poll of the day with spring only 51 days away. And you know what? Spring break for a lot of people coming up pretty quick. We asked you, have you started planning your spring break getaway yet? The options, it's all booked, still deciding where to go, finalizing dates, or we're just staying home and laying low.
You can continue to weigh in on our X account. Just scan that QR code. It'll take you over to the website. You weigh in on that poll, comment below the poll, and repost that poll. We will review all of those answers and comments for you coming up at the end of the hour.
But we're going to turn now to some updated news for your family. The American Academy of Pediatric Dentistry is giving an update now regarding the importance of children's dental care.
Yeah, this morning can fight to prevent childhood tooth decay. For more, we are joined now by Dr. Scott Smith, the president of the Academy of Pediatric Dentistry. Doc, thank you so much for waking up with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Need to know to make sure that dental hygiene is at the top of the priority list for kids.
Well, not a lot has changed, so we still want to go back to the traditional toothbrush and diet as the most effective way of preventing cavities. We want to reinforce seeing the children earlier. We recommend that we see children by the first year, by their first birthday, or when the first tooth erupts. Be preventive, and we prevent with diet and controlling their diet. It's not how much they have, but how often they ingest it. Making sure they're not sleeping with a bottle or nursing at night, and then brushing with a small amount of fluoride-containing toothpaste.
I'm wondering, you said, when should they start brushing their teeth? Did you say 1-year-old?
A 1-year-old.
Okay.
We like to see when the eruption of the first tooth, as soon as the teeth come in, it's part of the habit, and kids fall into that habit. It can, once they establish it, it can lead to a lifetime of healthy smiles.
At least when I was a kid, there were all of these different flavors for toothpaste, you know, because I think the mint was maybe like a little too spicy or a little too strong. Do you kind of try to steer families away from that type of toothpaste, or is it fine?
It's fun. Whichever one they want, we'll let them use, they're comfortable using, as long as it contains fluoride. That's the key ingredient that helps remineralize the teeth.
What can families do? Because I'm sure there are families out there that face the struggle every day. Why do I have to brush my teeth? I'm just going to go eat breakfast, then I'm going to have lunch, and then, you know, snacks after school. My teeth are going to get dirty anyhow. How can parents make sure that their children are properly brushing their teeth on a daily basis without having to be a helicopter parent?
Because those kids are going to be having that American diet, we want to make sure that they're getting that fluoride in there to help prevent cavities before they start. Whenever you have a complex carbohydrate, it reacts to the bacteria to produce an acid. Fluoride assists in recalcifying that tooth and strengthening it and remineralizing it to prevent a breakdown that is ultimately a cavity.
Very interesting. Curious when it comes to different types of toothbrush hardness. Is there a way that we should be steering our, let's say, very young children?
Always go to a softer brush. And it's not how hard your brush, but the right angle to break up the plaque that is the bacteria that produces the acid.
Now, is that for adults too? Do we go for the soft brush? Because I always thought going for the hard brush, your teeth are going to get cleaner, but that's not the case.
It's not the case. The bacteria is very, very soft, but a hard brush can often be hard on the tissues that support the teeth.
Very interesting.
Talk to us, if you can, about flossing and the importance of making sure that that is done with regularity.
Well, it's a habit that we have to get into, and we recommend doing it for the kids, partially because I find if you floss your kids' teeth, you tend to floss your own. But teeth are close together, and floss is the only thing skinny enough to get in between them. Things get caught in between the teeth. Remember that it's not how much sugar you have, but how to produce acid for 20 minutes. If you have a lot of sugar, you'd acid for 20 minutes. That's not how much, but how often. So you get things caught between your teeth, fruit roll-ups, gummy bears, even raisins, and they stay there all day. It's producing acid all day long, and flossing is
good though.
I know, they do. They absolutely do. Doc, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it, and we appreciate the guidance as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today.
Take care.
Absolutely. Hey, stick around. We've got a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we are getting some advice on what we need to know before we file our taxes.
And don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel. We're back on the other side of the commercial break.
After 9, thanks for sticking with us. Tax season, folks, well, it has arrived. And for some, this time of year can bring a lot of stress, anxiety. Do I have all of the documents I need? Are you sure you have all of the information right? Are you worried about getting audited?
Those are all questions that are very common. And this morning, we thought we'd call one of our tax experts to join us and go over what it is that we need to know before filing. We have Jim Schnell from MMB+CO with us this morning. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Good morning.
We were just talking right before we came on air. It's always a worry that you're going to be audited. You know, it's,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, taxes for many people is a source of anxiety, right? And it's the unknown. But in a positive way, in the modern system, with so much being done, e-filing and digital and transmission, it's so much further streamlined now. And the IRS audit rates are actually at all-time lows, right? So, you know, really their focus is a lot of, you see the international or the offshore or the ultra-high net worth investments. fence, things of that nature. That's where you're really seeing the investment or the expansion, where they're trying to look into those more, right? But no, in terms of the average middle-class payer, the taxpayer, the family of four, that audit rate really is at an all-time low, much less than 1%.
We were talking before we came on air about one of the big differences this year, which is that there really aren't a lot of big differences this year.
Right. This is the last year, 2025 is. So in 2017, when the first trumpet was, those without modification are set to expire at the end of 2025. So you're going to hear a lot. You've already heard a little bit in the news, but this is going to be a big year for taxes in this country. It's going to expire, and we go back to 2017 tax laws if nothing changes. So it takes an act of Congress. We actually need an act of Congress this year to get our tax laws stabilized moving forward.
It seems like it's going to be a little bit chaotic.
It's tricky discussions because one of the things that affect a lot of people, the SALT cap, that state and local property tax cap that famously came into place in 2017, 2018, there's a lot of pressure on that to expand that, right? That hasn't indexed for inflation since it came into effect. So then all of a sudden, if you tinker with that one item, all of a sudden, then you're looking at the whole tax aspect. It's not just extending everything wholesale. You fix one tricky part. Do you extend it all as is? Or do you start modifying certain pieces of it? Then it has to be paid for. It has to be scored. Has to, if they're going to try the budget reconciliation, there's certain rules on how that legislation has to get through Congress if they don't want more than 50 votes or to require more than 50 votes in the Senate. So it is going to be interesting, as you said, the process. So stay tuned. We are going to see a lot of it, and you guys are going to be covering a lot of it.
We sure will. For somebody sitting at home who maybe we just have dual income, two kids at home, two W-2s that we know we're going to get postmarked before January 31st. Those will show up at home. What other documentation is pretty common that you're going to need to have ready before you sit down with someone like yourself or before you go to H&R Block or one of those other big chains?
Sure. What you're really looking for is, I always tell people kind of three things. One, pull out last year's return. And that's the best indicator, what happened in your life prior year. That's going to help you. All right, what am I looking for this year, right? And that could be a dividend income, dividend statement, an interest, 1099 interest, 1099 dividend. Your mortgage interest deduction is going to come from the bank. Many times if people have an escrow, that also has an interest income component to it, right? The second thing I tell people is go back through your bank statements, your credit card statements, look at what your life did. Many times you had something go on last spring, last summer, and all of a sudden it's out of sight, out of mind, right? Especially in that charitable endeavor, right? You cleaned your house over the summer, you dropped off the non-cash donations. Oh yeah, we did a lot of those, right? So go back through your life and what happened at that time. And then the third thing I tell people, look at your change of life events, births, people passing away, change in marital status, change in residency, right? All of those issues are going to spur taxable events, most likely for yourself, especially with children, right? Births, child tax credit, dependent tax credit, college savings, 529 plans, college credits, when your child goes off to college. So change of life events. So those three factors really I tell people to look at this time of year. That's the best way to get ahead of yourself right now and be ready to what documents to look for. Some, as you said, come by January 31st. Brokerage statements and whatnot usually come by the end of February. So there's definitely some deliverables here, January into February. And you want to make sure you have everything before you go file, because you're like, oops, oh no, this came in, I might have to file an amended return, right? You don't want to get caught in that trap. So
we really appreciate your time today.
Yeah,
Thank you for the advice. For somebody who's sitting at home thinking, I'm in way over my head, what's a good way for them to get in touch with you?
Look on our website, mmmbaccounting.com. You'll have an easy link to me, myself, our peers, but we're always happy to help answer any questions for anybody.
Before you leave, I got a whole filing cabinet at my desk I'll give to you on your way out the door.
The old shoebox, right?
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The time right now is 9:16. We still have a lot to come this morning here on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we are going behind the story.
We're back after this.
9:19, welcome back. We're going behind the story here this morning, bringing you the latest information on some of the top stories that we're following on this Tuesday.
We certainly are. We want to turn now to the pressure on the federal government to address those soaring egg and grocery prices.
Yeah, Senator Chuck Schumer visited Rochester yesterday as the nation grapples with the effects from the bird flu outbreak. Stephanie Joseph has been following the story for us this morning and is giving us an update from the newsroom. Steph?
Yeah, guys, good morning. So one of the things that he's calling for, Senator Chuck Schumer, is reinforcement from the federal government, but specifically investment that is in biosecurity measures. So those include enhanced sanitation, there's isolation practices, as well as personal protection equipment. Now, we know when it comes to the bird flu that if there are any infections within the flock at all, farmers have to take steps to slaughter those chickens and also take cleaning measures as well. So this is basically in a way to support those farmers in their efforts.
Steph, how is this impacting egg prices at the grocery store? What does that data look like? What are people paying out of pocket for a dozen eggs?
Yeah, experts say that the rise that we're seeing at the grocery store doesn't seem like it will end anytime soon. Egg prices are expected to rise 20% in 2025 alone. Let's see if we can pull up a graphic here of some local prices that we've been seeing at the grocery store. You see Walmart there, $4.17, but the highest listed there, $5.99 at Tops. This is, of course, according to our own research looking up on Instacart, but egg prices right there, well above $4.
Yeah, Steph, it is really interesting. I want to go back to what you mentioned a couple seconds ago, how farmers are addressing this in this widespread outbreak in their coops.
Yeah, so if there is any sort of virus in that flock, the entire flock has to be slaughtered to help limit that spread. But of course, you know that problems can tend to linger, that you have to go through cleaning, so disposing of carcasses, disinfecting the barns themselves, and of course, bringing in new birds. So that's an entire process, so replacing all of the egg-laying chickens that may have been a part of that infected flock.
How many people have, because we've been talking about this story for a while, we've been hearing about this story as a national headline. We've been talking about it locally for a while. How many people have been sickened by bird flu so far?
Yeah, and so that number right now is more than 60, I believe 66 to be exact, as of last week, or if not earlier in January. So there was also the first one reported death, the first in the United States from bird flu.
All right. Steph, and curious to know here, do we have an estimate as to how much this is going to cost?
It's definitely cost billions for the USDA. They are compensating farmers for the birds that they've had to kill. So that number is at least $1.14 billion.
Wow. Incredible. All right, Stephanie Joseph in the newsroom for us. Thank you so much, Steph. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll keep our eye on those egg prices as well, too,
absolutely.
back here at home.
Hey, stick around. Much more to come right here on Good Day Rochester.
Yeah, we're back after this.
9:26. Thanks for sticking with us right here on ARC Rochester this Tuesday morning. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We still have a lot to get to coming up here on ARC Rochester as we get ready for the 9:30 half hour. But we're going to get to some stories that are trending on the internet this morning.
We certainly are. We're going to start things out by introducing you to the players of this year's Puppy Bowl.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Exponentially better than the Super Bowl.
It absolutely is. So I was on the website this morning and I hit about puppy number 18 or 19 and realized that there was still like 120 to go and thought, okay, I need to actually get some work done.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So it's the 21st. This year's game will feature Team Rough and Team Fluff.
Going head to head. There are 16 starting lineup players. All are competing for the title of most popular in the popularity playoffs.
Yeah, all right. Let's go through some of them, and you can vote for which pup you think should win the title over on discovery.com.
All right, let's bring them up. Here we go. Up first, yes, this is the first one, a first one on the page. Abigail, how do you like that? A Labrador Retriever mix. Operation Paws for Homes in Alexandria, Virginia.
Beautiful. What a sweet girl.
I know.
I love those little eyes. And we've got Trio, a Boston Terrier with Louis Legacy Animal Rescue in New York City.
Those eyes.
Yeah, cute little bandana.
Yup.
You can tell he's got a big personality.
Yes, knows how to play ball, I'm sure.
Yes.
Up next, we have got Smoosh, a Pekingese, Florida Little Dog Rescue, St. Cloud, Florida. Look at that.
Have you ever seen them walk? It is the funniest thing. They like float.
Yes.
And bounce. And
Adorable.
It's amazing.
Adorable.
All right, so that's Smoosh. Let's see what else we have here. We've got Max, the Doberman Pinscher.
Yes.
Look at that guy. So muscular.
Yup.
Nevada SPCA in Las Vegas. Team Rough. He looks like he's ready to go.
Yes, perfect the way he is. This one right here in honor of the Buffalo Bills. We have got Paws Allen.
I love
he
it.
is the QB, Labrador Retriever mix, Buddy's Second Chance Rescue out of Buffalo. How do you like that?
Did a lot of work
That's a
with
cute
buddies.
dog.
Yes, yeah, they do great work there. We've got Foxtrot, a collie from Pet Haven, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Lassie. Up next, we have got Kiki, a Chihuahua mix, Florida Little Dog Rescue, St. Cloud, Florida. Look at that.
Kiki doesn't look real.
I know. Kiki
looks
looks
like a
stuffed animal.
Yes, so sweet. Okay. We've got Mr. Pickles.
What a name.
Or Miss.
Yes.
Yes. Mrs.
Yes.
It's just hilarious.
It is. After Mr. Pickles, we have got Charlotte, the American Cocker Spaniel. Look at her and those ears,
Stunning.
those long legs from the Humane Society of Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, beautiful girl. So sweet. Let's see who else we have. We have Enrique, the miniature pincher mix from the Saito Project in New York City.
He knows how to pose for a camera.
Yeah, seriously.
Look at that.
He's striking a pose.
Yes. Then we have got Carl. Come on, Carl, the Bulldog mix. Louis Legacy Animal Rescue out of New York City.
I just want to smooch his little face.
I know. I just want to keep it. I just want to always say, Carl.
Oh my God, I've thought about him forever. Very demure, very mindful. Look at this little sweetheart. A Karen Terrier from Green Dogs Unleashed in Troy, Virginia.
Up next, we have got Alice, the Chihuahua mix from Florida Little Dog Rescue in St. Cloud, Florida. Look at her
Alice
just sitting there.
looks very similar to Abigail. Have you noticed
Yes,
this?
small. It's like Abigail was shrunk down.
Yes.
How do you like that?
Yes. I think my mic just died.
Is that
I'm
you?
fairly certain. Yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
That's okay. I'll keep talking. We'll take care of those
Yeah.
batteries. We have got D-Bone Samuel. He is a poodle mix from the Sacramento SPCA out of Sacramento, California. Look at the coloring on the face. It's great. It is great. Then we have got Whoopi, the Great Pekingese mix from Wags and Walks in Nashville, Tennessee. After Whoopi, we have got, I hope we get to the one that I'm really excited about. Oh, and we're not going to get to it. This is Beethoven, a great Pekingese mix from Best Friends in New York City. There was one that is still towards the front that we're not going to see, but it's a miniature schnauzer. And I got to tell you, there's 141, Ashley. I got to tell you that the mini schnauzer is just the cutest looking. He looks like the scrappiest little dog you've ever seen, which is just on point. That's my kind of pet. The scrappier, the better. Okay, so here's the real question.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello, hello? Yeah.
I can.
Okay, great.
We all know the bad news.
Yep.
Aren't in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay. We decided yesterday the Eagles are the ones that have to win.
Okay.
I know. Well, listen.
Well, it can't be the Chiefs.
Exactly. So, the question is, are you going to watch this or are you going to watch that? The Super Bowl or the Puppy Bowl?
Well, here's the dilemma.
Okay.
Right? Super Bowl's on Fox this year, which is our station. So you gotta support the house, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Sure.
I want to get a paycheck.
Yeah, put it on the bedroom TV and leave the TV on.
Yeah, I'm not watching it though. So it'll be on the television in the house. I gotta go to bed. I gotta work.
This is true.
So,
and this one's at 2 p.m.
Yes.
So like it's game time, which is perfect for us.
Yeah, it is.
Falling asleep just watching these puppies go at it.
Yeah. I will say, I was really looking forward to the halftime show. I love Kendrick Lamar. I really, but it's fine. I'll catch it later.
You can get the highlights in the morning.
I'm going to watch it on YouTube. I'm not, yeah.
What do they do at the Puppy Bowl halftime show?
Ashley?
Do we know? Who's performing this year?
Oh, okay. She's going to look.
I'm trying to come up with some sort of pun.
It's cats? Oh my gosh.
It's a kitty halftime
that is
show
amazing.
this year. How do you like that?
I love it.
I can't believe this has been going on for 21 years.
Really?
The Puppy Bowl.
I'm sorry. I'm really...
It's okay. You're struggling.
I hate
struggling
being
over
a girl.
there. All right. Again, the 9th at 2 p.m. Don't miss it. Another animal story, Abigail.
Yeah. PETA is suggesting that Groundhog Day be celebrated in a different way.
Okay. The organization, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA, has sent a formal request to the Groundhog Day Club president, Tom Dunkel, in Puxatawny. He wants to let Phil retire to a sanctuary and celebrate with a weather reveal cake instead of Punxsutawney Phil.
So the cake would be vegan.
Mm-hmm.
If the inside of the cake is blue, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. If it's pink, it will be an early spring.
Yeah.
PETA's president says this would allow the community to still make money while also giving Phil a decent way of living.
I wonder what the draw is then, though. Are they going to be going to Punxsutawney to see the mayor there cut a cake?
It better be a massive cake.
It would have to be.
So I've been to Punxsutawney. I've covered Groundhog Day. They sent me a couple years ago, and it is truly madness there. The movie does not do it justice.
No.
Tens, Pennsylvania, and we got a hotel 40 minutes away from Gobbler's Knob, which is where they hold all of the extravaganza. The community needs Groundhog Day celebrations.
Yeah.
So whether or not they decide to go with this cake, they're going to say whatever it is, we need to be bringing in the money.
Yeah, we need that money. Now, keep in mind, this is not the first time PETA has attempted to retire Phil. In 2024, the group offered to replace the groundhog with a giant gold coin.
Like real gold?
Yeah.
I will say, from what I've seen, Phil has it pretty good.
Does he?
He lives in the library. He has a little habitat there. And he's like right in the children's section. So like he lives in a habitat, I guess.
I feel like we should be talking to Phil. We should do like a
I did an interview
talk
with him.
back.
Okay, so he speaks Groundhogese.
Uh-huh.
And only his handler knows how to speak Groundhogese.
Yeah.
So it would, there would be a little bit of a language barrier.
Language barrier?
Yes.
We'll
But it's
get
fine.
past it.
We could get it done.
All right, we're gonna try for that.
Yeah.
Ashley, you hear that? See if we can get that on the book.
And his wife, Phyllis, too, please.
Yeah. I mean, they come as a pair.
Yeah.
They're a couple.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some food stories this morning. An Ohio-based ice cream has announced a very special flavor.
Yeah, they're releasing Skyline Spice. It's a wacky yet wonderful creation that combines ice cream with the very famous Skyline chili.
That sounds interesting. The ice cream brand Grater says the flavor is a must-try, offering the best of both worlds from these two beloved Cincinnati eateries.
The team says they spent months perfecting the recipe and are extremely happy with it. It is said to taste sweet, savory, and unlike anything ice cream or chili lovers have tasted before.
For a limited time at Skyline restaurants. You can also get it at scoop shops and in select stores across Ohio.
Have you noticed that all of the cool ice cream flavors go to Kroger?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Look.
You can also order a pint online that will ship to you nationwide.
What is that? That does nothing for us, Ashley. Ordering it online.
Anywhere you want.
We want to be able to
From
just
the comfort of your couch.
we just want to be able to walk down the street and grab it from the grocery store there.
Do you though?
No, I don't
would
want
try it.
I don't want this.
I don't know if you. Well, you definitely couldn't have it.
No, I
It's ice
couldn't
cream,
have it. But listen, it's got oyster crackers as a garnish. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. 9:38 this Tuesday morning. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester. If you thought this was all we were bringing to the table today, you're wrong.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. Stream us live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel. We're back after this. (9:41), welcome back. Unfortunately, getting sick is inevitable. But did you know it is possible for humans to spread sickness to their pets?
Yeah, this morning we're getting a closer look at a new study that found COVID-19 research and what pet owners should know. We're joined now by Dr. Ann Kimmerlein and Dr. Christian Leutenegger. Good morning to you both. Thank you so much for waking up with us. We appreciate it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So talk to us, because I know during the thick of the pandemic, there were a lot of questions on whether or not our furry friends could get COVID-19, if they could carry it, if we could catch it from them. What has this new study found?
Those are all great questions, and they were all questions that we were all asking ourselves, early in the COVID-19 pandemic. And so what we did is we did a study that involved 1,000 dogs and cats across the entire United States. And what we found is that about 30% of them who are exposed to people in their household who have COVID become infected with the virus themselves. But the really good news is that the vast majority of them don't become sick at all. They don't show any symptoms of the disease.
That's so interesting. So they have no symptoms at all. Should pet owners be concerned?
In general, pet owners need to be concerned about the well-being of their pets. In our quest to build a better world for pets, that was the reason why we wanted to conduct this. If a pet owner is concerned about his pet dog or pet cat, he really should talk to his veterinarian and find out what can be done either from a diagnostic testing perspective or from a preventative perspective. So really important, have your once a year or twice affect animals, our pets, we can actually test for, in particular for these viruses which shuttle between pets and humans, but also for parasite and tick-borne diseases.
What other viruses are we talking about, docs? Wondering, like, what is something that our pet might have that can be transmitted to its owner?
We know of a few viruses which can go from the animal owners to pets, but going beyond the viruses, parasites are really important to consider here. And that includes some of the intestinal parasites, but also the tick-borne parasites. Again, your once-a-year wellness test can actually pick those up and keep both the pet and the pet owner on the safe side.
I have a dog and a cat, and, they're always getting into something. As soon as you let your guard down, the cat's limping or the dog's eye looks weird or whatever. At what point should I my veterinarian?
Well, what I always tell people is, you as the pet owner, you know your pet's best. So if that's a good time to take them into your veterinarian and have them checked out.
Are there any other preventative measures that pet owners need to know, especially this time of year when we're seeing mild cases of COVID, we're seeing an uptick in flu cases? Anything that a pet owner needs to know to make sure that even if we get sick, that our pet stays healthy?
Yes, in our general recommendations, of course, if a pet owner falls sick to a infectious disease, we do recommend isolation. Keep your pet away from you. We know how difficult that is. For COVID now, we know there are no dramatic consequences if that virus is being passed on, but really the isolation, that is the most effective way to keep your pet safe.
Thank you both so much for your time today. We appreciate it. Thank you for the updated information. Certainly helpful for all pet owners.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Time right now is 9:46. When we come back, we are giving you some destination ideas perfect for your next vacation.
ARC Rochester is back after this. Welcome back. If you've been sticking with us this morning, you may have heard our poll of the day where we asked you at home, have you started to plan that spring break getaway yet?
Yeah, so if you haven't started planning yet, fear not, because today is National Plan for Vacation Day.
Perfect.
There's a national day for everything.
There is.
So joining us this morning with a list of some must-see destinations and where you should start booking is our travel expert, Jeannene Tornatore. Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, great to be here.
Are you at home or are you traveling today?
I am at home today, so I will be
Wow.
planning vacations today. And you know, this day, it is another one of those days. We have a lot of them. I'm going to use my PTO days so I don't leave them behind at the end of the year. So I think this one's a little bit more fun for most people.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's dive right in. What are we seeing in the hot trends this spring? Where do people want to go? What do they want to do? And what do they want to see?
Well, one of the biggest travel sectors right now continues to be cruising. In fact, the CEO of Carnival Cruise Line, that is Carnival Cruise Corporation, they are the parent company to several cruise lines, including Carnival. They said just last month that all of their cruise ships are already 2/3 booked for 2025. I'm sure that number is higher by now, but this is, again, very in demand for 2025. The good news is right now we're right in the middle of what the cruise industry calls wave season. It refers to the wave of promotions that cruise lines put out January through March. So if you want to take advantage of those deals and incentives, now is the time to do that. You're seeing here one of the big announcements coming out this year, which is the Celebration Key from Carnival, which is their new destination in the Bahamas. 20 of their ships will be making stops there. Another thing I always recommend planning for cruises right now are those European and Alaskan cruises that are only running May through September. Those short season cruises, important to book those now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm curious, in your opinion, why are people drawn to cruises?
Well, I think there's several reasons. They're great for multi-gen travel. They're so easy to plan because you book it and everything, you know, you arrive at the ship, your meals, your excursions, everything's already planned out for you. There is a lot of value in cruising, and you get to see some great parts of the world, whether it's the Caribbean or Alaskan adventures or culture in Europe. So all around, I think it's the ease and the value that really draw people to this part of the travel industry.
Yeah, I think when people hear the word all-inclusive, or the words all-inclusive, they say, oh, okay, sign me right up.
Yeah.
All right, Jeannene, where else do people want to go?
Well, the next trend that we're seeing is that people are looking to be more active on their vacations in 2025. 75% of travelers said they want more activity on their vacations. And with this demand, we are seeing more tour operators really catering to this audience. Longtime tour company EF World Journeys just launched EF Adventures this past September. They're a guided adventure tour operator, and they focus on trips that combine physical activity and cultural immersion. So think Tour de France biking routes in Europe, hiking in the Swiss Alps and stopping in all these small charming towns and eating the food and having the immersive experiences. That is what we're seeing this is all about. Now is the time you want to book these as well. EF Adventures has really great promotions going on through the end of January. I also love that for these type of bucket list trips, they have no interest monthly payment plans. So you can book it now, even if you're not going to take that trip till October, and pay for it monthly to really get ahead of that throughout the year. So that's a really great option if you're looking for those active travel immersive experiences.
Yeah, it seems like that is a trend that's becoming pretty popular. Gone are the days of just sitting on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, with a book, it's people want to get out and do things.
They want to get out. They want to see the world. EF Adventures has over 30 different adventures in 16 countries. So it's a great way to see and experience places that you've never been and that you probably wouldn't be comfortable planning on your own. And that really gets to the last trend I want to talk about that. And that's kind of that people are stepping away from the DIY travel and they're looking to travel companies that plan everything for you, these immersive educational experiences where you have local guides taking you around and experiencing these parts of the world and these things in these destinations you really wouldn't be able to do on your own. EF Go Ahead Tours is another great experiential group travel company. They're seeing a really big growth in this because people like the community of experiencing these things with people that want to do that as well. And I thought another interesting stat they said in the last 6 months, they've seen a 30% growth in solo group tour bookings. So solo travelers, people that want to go out, they're willing to go adventure on their own, but they're looking to these group tours because they provide that built-in community and the safety that you want when you're going to these destinations. I also thought really interesting what EF Go Ahead Tours says is going to be the big places to go for these types of immersive experiences in 2025. Southeast Asia, Scandinavia, and South America, or Latin America. So think immersive educational experiences in Bali, Thailand, Norway, Costa Rica. This is where people are looking to experience these in 2025.
What a dream,
Yeah,
Jeannine. As we head to break, hit everybody at home with the socials, and where do you want to go on spring break?
Oh gosh, I would take any of those destinations, but I do love the idea of these group immersive experiences. Put me on a cruise too. I mean, I'll take a cruise and hit that Celebration Key this summer as well. I want it all, you guys. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at The Outside Insider for more inspiration this year.
Jeannene Tornatore, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Time right now is 9:54. When we come back, our final thoughts on this Tuesday.
Time for our final thoughts right here on ARC Rochester. Abigail, we asked people earlier. Spring is only 51 days away. Have you started planning your spring break getaway yet?
Yeah, the options were the trip is all booked. I'm still deciding where to go. We're finalizing dates, or we're staying home and laying low. The results. Staying home and laying
Boom.
low.
No complaints there. Let me tell you what, a little couch time, everybody needs it.
But it's still good to get out and see the world and travel.
Yeah, listen, we live in New York State. There's a lot of state we can see.
Yes, very true.
Hey, that does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 over on the other channel, 13 WHAM ABC.
Yeah, we'll see you later today. Coming up, 13 WHAM News at midday.
Have a good one.